resources. Okay, all set. Let's start. And ready. We may start the training. Good morning, trainees. Welcome to Food and Beverage Services Qualification Training, and I'm Stephanie Gulaga, your qualification assessment assessor. So, this training recognizes your prior learning so that you will no longer undergo the same training. Again, I have here the data gathering tools for the trainees' characteristics. This will help me determine your competencies, background, experiences, and knowledge so that your training will be personalized according to your needs. So, okay, please get one, and I will give you 20 minutes to answer. Time's up. So, please pass the trainees' characteristics. I also have here the self-assessment guide checklist so that this will help me determine your current competencies and that is relevant to your qualifications. I will give you 20 minutes to answer. Please get one and pass. Okay, time's up. So now let's start the proper orientation for competency-based training for Food and Beverage Services National Assessment or NC2. Today we were going to talk about the different things to know in this training services in this training of qualification. So first we were going to talk about CBT. So what is CBT? CBT is competency-based training delivery approach that focuses on the competency development of the learner as a result of the training. So CBT has a different kind of principles, and that principles is composed of 10 principles. So number one principle is the training is based on curriculum. The training is based on curriculum developed from the competency standards. Number 2, learning is competency-based or modular in structure. Number 3, training delivery is individualized and self-paced. Number 4, training is based on work that must be performed. Number 5 is training materials. Training materials are directly related to the competency standards and the curriculum. Number 6, assessment of learners is based on the collection of evidences of work performance based on industry, organizational required standards. Number 7, training is based both on and off the job component. Number 8 is the system allows recognition of prior learning or RPL. Number 9, principles of CBT. The system allows for learners to enter and exit programs at different times and levels to receive an award for competency attained at any point. Number 10, approved training programs are nationally accredited. So those are the principles of competency-based training. So now let's talk about the roles of the trainer. So what do you think is my role in this training? So my roles of the trainer rather. So now let's talk about what will be the roles of you as a trainee. What will be your roles in this training program? So, roles of the trainee. Number one, trainees may select what they want to learn and when they want to learn it. Within reason. Trainees learn at their own rate within program guidelines. They may speed up, slow down, stop, or even repeat a task. Trainees may request to receive credit for what they already know. This is done either through pre-testing or through a review or a task list completed or at another training site. So trainees may choose how they want to learn individually or one-to-one basis, in a small group, in a large groups, or with audiovisuals. Trainees are responsible for what they learn and what they want to learn, and when they learn. Trainees decide when they are ready to perform each task or demonstrate mastery of learning to a job-like level of proficiency before receiving credit of the task. Trainees evaluate their own progress to see how well they are doing, and trainees compete against present job standards and not against other students and not other standards of the students, and are graded on achievement of the standards or criteria of each test. Trainees know upfront before instruction begins what they are expected to know and to complete the given task. So that's all the trainees roles in this training program. So now let's talk about the competency needed in this program, the food and beverage services and C2. The food and beverage services has 3 competencies, which is the basic, common, and core. So under the basic competencies are the participate in workplace communication, work in a team environment, practice career professionalism, practice occupational health and safety procedures, and under the common competencies, there are develop and update industry requirement and knowledge, observe workplace hygiene procedure, perform computer operations, perform workplace and safety practices, provide effective customer service. And the last one, which is the core competencies, are the prepare the dining room or restaurant area for service, welcome guests and take food and beverage orders, promote food and beverage products, provide food and beverage services to guests, provide room service, and the last one is the receive and handle guest concerns. And a person who has achieved this qualification is competent to be, number 1 is waiter. You are qualified to be a waiter, and of course you were competent enough to be a food and beverage services attendant. Do you have any question? So if none, we may proceed to the next, which is the CBLM. What is CBLM? CBLM is competency-based learning materials. So competency-based learning materials is well-designed and carefully developed learning materials that give trainees detailed instructions to guide them through the whole learning process. So the different components or areas of a competency-based facility are, number 1 is practical work area. Practical work area is where the learner acquires the skills and knowledge components of the competency prescribed by the standard. Number 2 is learning resource area. This area is proximate to the heart. The practical work area This area provides the learner with the knowledge requirements in the various modules responding to the competencies. Next is the institutional assessment area. This is where located very proximate to the practical work area. This is where recognition of prior learning is done by the trainer. This component also provides the mechanism of assessing the completion of competencies of a learner. Contextual Learning Laboratory. This facility ensures that the underpinning knowledge, science, mathematics, and communication principles as applied to the technology are provided to the learner. Next is Quality Control Area. Various tests aside from metrology and calibration are conducted in this area, including in process quality control. Next is the Trainers Resource Center. This area houses the learning materials, the training regulations, and the curriculum examples. Next is the distance learning. This is to enable the learning provision outside and away from the training institution in terms of print and non-print materials, non-print media. The next one is the computer laboratory. This laboratory has an array of computer units of which learners are provided for them to learn and gain appropriate IT competencies that may include Word, Excel, even desktop publishing. Next one is Support Service Area. This area provides value-adding competencies as such for automotive, service technician, and C2, welding competency address underpinning skills in the particular competency. So the monitoring tools is the tools that is used to monitor your progress as a trainee. So the first one is the part of the monitoring tools is the first one is the achievement chart. Whenever you achieve a particular training activity, a particular learning outcome, I will be the one to check the achievement chart here. And however, if you have acquire a certain learning outcomes for that particular unit of competency, I will check it in this progress chart. So that's the difference between the two chart, the achievement chart and the progress chart. After completion of the requirements for each competency, a post-test will be given. You may also request for certain institutional assessment when ready as required of a certain competency. And as an evaluation will be evaluated by performance criteria, progress chart, achievement chart, self-check, and written exam, and the evaluation method to be used is are the observation, demonstration, and oral questioning. This is your certificate of achievement in completing the module in FBS. And congratulations. And that's all for today. Thank you for listening, and God bless.